What do we care? We know. We know. He's stating the obvious.
Yeah, but when you have the commissioner of the league come out and scoff at anybody who ever brings it up, and then you have one of the stars of the Stanley Cup final winning Florida Panthers come out and say, yeah, we all were staying here because of state tax.
Totally.
Tough look for the league.
There's nothing to see here.
Tough look for the league. You don't think?
I
don't think anybody
it's a
needs
tough
to.
look for the league.
It is what it is.
But it is this getting publicized and being talked about, and every player in the NHL hearing about it. It's just being such a part of the consciousness. It didn't used to be that way, even if it has always been this way. And it's making the advantage bigger. More players are like, oh yeah, no tax.
As long as you pick the right guys.
Yeah, that's right. But the advantage is growing as people have become more aware. For sure.
Well, especially with the cap going up every year, it's just more of a percentage that you could take advantage of.
It's true.
So it's not going anywhere, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Anytime soon.
But can the commissioner acknowledge it?
You know what really stinks?
Because that's what bothers me
he
about
can't
it.
acknowledge
I
it.
wonder
So if he
because
can't
it
come out
opens up a can of worms for him.
But if he comes out and says, we acknowledge that it is a bit of a problem or something like that.
Then it's
Then
what are
they
you
gotta
going to
deal
do
with
about it?
immediately? Yeah.
What are you going to you say it's a
Well, they
problem?
should
you don't
do
wanna
something about
But
it.
this
No,
thing,
he's not going to though.
what stinks right now for fans is that you have to understand the salary cap to understand player movement, to understand the NHL, and that's no good. So if you start with like a salary cap where you're like, oh, this percentage, this team gets this much because of tax dollars, it just gets even more complicated. I wonder if we get to a place where the salary cap is so high that it doesn't matter in the way it's mattered for the past 5 years of us doing this show, where it's not like every move is how do you fit it under and nip and tuck. And like when there was a much higher salary cap and not everyone, spent up to it, I don't feel like it mattered as much. Like, could the cap matter less as it gets higher? Because there's going to be internal caps. How many teams are going to spend to the cap when it's $150 million?
For sure. There's 15, 18 teams that say, okay, the cap's at 115, but my cap isn't.
Yeah, my cap's 105.
My owner
95.
won't allow me to spend more than 95 million or 100 million or like.
I'm working with Daryl Sutter on this book. He said that the Red Wings had a $85 million cap when they played in the playoffs. They had an internal cap of like 34.
That's right.
That's
a big difference.
And it's probably going to happen
Maybe.
again. It's probably going to happen again.
Yeah.
Where those teams like the Rangers and the Leafs.
Oh, you mean the teams that make the most money get to spend more on their players?
I know.
What a concept.
And listen, you
coming.
reward the big markets in that way, which
It's
coming.
horrible for the league that the Dodgers are so good.
so bad. Oh no, the
Awful.
Yankees are.
Oh
in the mix
no,
again.
Dodgers-Yankees World Series. What a nightmare. Who would like that? Anyways, question for Borny. You played with my cousin in Alaska, Curtis Glenn Cross.
Oh.
You've had a different road to the NHL, never played AAA, never drafted or played in the WHL. Made the Brooks Bandits at 18, who were an expansion in the AJ at that time. Eventually to Alaska for 2 years and then on to the NHL for a decent career. Is it possible for a player today to take a similar route or path to the NHL, or is hockey too regimented today? Looking forward to hearing from all.
Great question, and shout out to Glenner, one of the best skaters I've ever seen.
Good career too in the NHL.
Really good, and now he's a proper cowboy family there in
Yeah,
Alberta.
yeah.
I think it's really hard. I've been shocked having a young kid in hockey who's now 9 years old. He's only played house hockey up to now. He's going to play select this upcoming year. But hearing all the parents who kids are 6 and 7 and defecting leagues and going to play for other organizations and skills training, and these kids are professionalized from such a young age to get the best coaching.
Mm-hmm.
If you fall behind and all of a sudden you come into your own at 12 or 13, I don't know how you catch up now.
Oh yeah. I'm the opposite.
Yeah, you think it doesn't matter.
It doesn't
If you're good, you're good.
I hope you're right. I want you to be right because I was that way too, right? I was a very late.
I totally believe that it could not look great at 14 or 15, 16, and you can turn around on you. It just depends on where you are mentally and where your frame of mind is in terms of wanting to still prove people wrong. Like some people just buy into the, he says I'm no good and he says I'm cut and they're telling me I'm no good and I'm no good.
Like there's always going to be exceptions. I'm not saying people can't make it. I'm just saying it feels like the deck is stacked.
You have to live off of that. That you're wrong, I'm going to prove you wrong.
Yeah.
and like I wrote a book on my path,
Yeah.
undrafted, which meant I wasn't a blue chip prospect. I was not a can't miss guy, and you just
62
find,
in the O.
You just
Maybe you
find
should have
different
been.
ways.
Yeah.
You find different ways to get there,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's later.
Yeah.
And we've got now rookies coming in at 26, 27, 28. And it's only up to you to say, was it worth it hanging in all that time? But like, yeah, like it all depends on where you are mentally, on whether or not you're behind the 8 ball or not, or it's
Yeah.
just part of the process.
You know what was hard for me is like, so I went to, I had NHL camp and AHL camps, and I was undrafted at every level, and found myself at that level. And they don't want you to be the guy, like they've messed up if you beat out their prospects, right?
Yeah.
They want it to be the 18-year-old they picked. A lot of people stake their jobs
Yeah.
on picking that
That's
kid,
such
that
a great
kid, that
point.
kid,
And
that
he
kid.
gets 6 times, 8 times the chances
Yeah.
that you do.
Absolutely. And
That's
so
why guys still get first-round picks, still get picked up by teams 2 times after, even
Yeah.
they can't show they can't play.
So, like, if I got a run on a line with a good line and one hops over my stick,
Bye-bye.
yeah, see ya.
Yeah, I told
But-
you he stunk.
Yeah, exactly. But they're looking to get those guys. So it is harder. But to Kip's point, people do develop later. You can use it. People will get there. But I do think it's hard.
Good question.
Yeah.
Wish you left her name, but good question. This is from Wayne and Milton. Projections for the Flyers this year. Miss or make the playoffs? Can Tuckett bring the best out of them? Thanks, Wayne.
Good question on the Flyers.
I don't
we
know.
love the Flyers
I
here.
don't know who their goalies are. I
They
mean,
never do.
Earson
Right.
and
What is it with the Flyers and goals?
I don't know.
I guess they
How
had
far
one.
do they have to go back
They
to
had one, now
where
he's-
you were truly saying,
Ron Hextall.
or Carter Hart up
Yeah.
until the point where he left?
Not a big Robert Esch guy.
No,
Roman
Cechmanek.
Cechmanek. Yeah, Roman
No.
Cechmanek.
no.
Michael
Riz.
Layton.
Yeah, Leighton.
They went to the
He was there
final
in
with
the
Layton.
Cup final.
Yeah. Antti Ranta and Layton were the 2 goalies in that final.
That's right.
Weird final.
I like a lot of how they're building. I think they're doing a great job there. Michkov, Zegras, Tippett is fascinating as a line. Getting Zegras is a good pickup, and Michkov, I think, is going to turn around. Is Grabenkin going to be anything? Konechny, Couturier, those guys, they're still okay. They're okay, but they're not ready yet. Would sure like Drysdale to have a good year, too. That would go a long way to feeling better about them.
And that was the guy, as he said, was Clay from Ontario that asked that question. So there you go.
Got a Flyers guy.
No, that was the other one about
Oh.
Glenn Cross. There you go.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for Text Boys. When we come in on Monday, because a lot is to be decided before we do our next show, will the Toronto Blue Jays be playing in a wild card on the following Tuesday, or will they be off for 6 days before when they win the AL East this weekend?
Should we set the stage for people so they know what's going on? Jays have 3 games left.
Yes.
And the Yankees have
The
3
Yankees
games
have
left.
3 games left.
Yes.
They need some combination of 3
Three.
wins or 3
Two out
total.
of 3, 2 out of 3, and a Yankee loss
Done.
gets them in.
Great.
Jay,